Hi viewers. So in our last video, we made a crawler function in which we got the content of that crawler function through this get page function that I declared. So we got the content from this get page function and we made an index of those content. We made an index of those content from this add page to index function. So this was our task one. In this video, what we're going to do, we're going to do on the task two. So first in the task two, we're going to collect all the links. Alright, so we're going to collect all the links from the seed page that we're going to initially pass, because unless and until we collect the links, we won't be able to move to the other pages of our website. Alright, so once we have done collecting all the links, we'll update the to crawl list and we'll update the crawled list. Alright, so let's begin by writing a function which collects all the links. So I will call that function as get links and it will take parameter as the content itself. So let's define a function which is get links. Again, the parameter is content and I will define a list that is will name as links. This list will be initially empty. It will be initially empty because we are making this list inside this function. Alright, so this list will contain all the links, this links will have all the links that we'll get from this past content. Alright, so while true, so we are making a while loop in which we are initializing it with a condition called true. Alright, so we are supposing that whatever we write inside this while loop will be true unless and until we break that while loop. So whatever the breaking point, will be actually the terminating condition. So I'll tell you what's the terminating condition. Okay, you will get to know it after write the code. Right, while true start is equals to content dot find a href is equals to, what's the format of the href tag? So it's like this: a href is equal to, then it will contain a URL like suppose www.xyz.com. Alright, so what we are doing first in that content, we are not moving from the starting point of the content. We are moving from a position. We are first going to a position which will locate the ahref tag, because our purpose is to collect the links, and that link or URL is present inside the href tag. So first we have to move to the position of the href tag. Alright, okay, so if start is equals to -1, so this is actually the terminating condition that I was initially talking about. Okay, so if you're not able to understand this, don't worry, I'll explain you everything. Alright, so if start equals to -1, it will break. Okay, so start point, I'll tell you more about this terminating condition once I finish this get links function. Start point is equals to content dot find. So what is the starting position? So what we are doing here, so in order to collect the URL, the URL is present within the inverted quotations. Alright, so in order to get the URL, first what we'll do, we'll get the position of the first inverted comma, then we'll get the position of the second inverted comma. Right, and after getting the position of the first inverted comma, second inverted comma, what we'll do slicing of the content. We'll slice from the position of the first inverted comma and go to the position of the second inverted comma. So start point contains the position of the first inverted comma. Similarly, our end point will contain the position of the second inverted comma. Content dot find. So if you have not finished this, this will be first inverted comma and then starting from start. All right, this will be our second inverted comma, starting from start point plus 1. All right, and I'm missing the equals to here, equals to content dot find this. So what we are doing, we have got the position of the first inverted comma. All right, so in order to get the position of the second inverted comma, we will start from the position just after the first inverted comma. So the position just after the inverted comma will be the position start point plus 1. All right, so we will find the end point position. Okay, so this content dot find, what it is doing, it is actually locating the position of the inverted comma, and it is finding from position start point plus 1. So here also, when I say start equals content dot find href, so it is starting from, and when we have passed as nothing as the starting point of this content dot find, it is gonna find from the beginning of the page, right? So from the beginning of the page, it's gonna find what is the position of the first href. So it is storing that position inside the start variable. Okay, so let's finish it. So our URL is gonna present in between the start point and end point. URL is equals to content. Now we'll do slicing here. So content starting from start point plus 1 and going to end point. All right, so now what we have got the URL. We're gonna append this URL inside the list. So links dot append URL. So now we have opened the URL. So our next step would be to decrease the content size. So what we are going to do is that we have already crawled up to a certain position of the content. All right, we have crawled to a certain position of the content from the top. We've got the href tag. So for the next time when this while loop runs, we need not start from the beginning of the page. So we will start from the position after this href tag, means from the position from where the cursor is blinking right now. All right, so every time our while loop runs, it's gonna decrease the content size. Okay, so we'll change the content here. We'll modify the content as content equals to content, and it will start from the end point and it will go to the end of the content. All right, so this is our new content, and what are we going to return is that return links. Right, so now let me explain you the terminating condition. So what happens after this while loop runs and starts finding the href tags, it gets a URL from within the href tags. So there will be a point when the page will no longer contains any href tags. It has got all the href tags and that's it. There will be no longer href tags to find. So when there is no longer href tags to find, then this content.find will return -1. So if it is finding something that we are looking for, it is finding that, then it will return the position. Else if it is not able to find that, then it will return -1. So in case if content.find return -1, then our while loop will break. All right, and while loop will break and our code will come outside this while loop and it's going to return links. All right, so we are making use of this return links inside the crawler function. This crawler function is actually calling the getLinks function, and this getLink function is delivering the list which contains all the links. So we'll store that return list inside the list2 variable. Right, list2 is getLinks content. So we got all the contents, we got all the links. Now we'll modify the toCrawl list. So remember, to modify the toCrawl list, so whatever we will append inside the toCrawl list, first we'll check if that element is already present in the toCrawl list or not. If it is not present in the toCrawl list, then and then only we're going to append it into the toCrawl list. So we'll check for element not for element in list 2, if element not in to crawl, then what we'll do, we'll append the element in the to crawl list. To crawl dot append element. So we have updated the to crawl list. Now we'll update the crawl list. So what should be append inside this crawl list? We'll append the page that we have already crawled, that is nothing but the page URL. So we have finished doing with the crawler function. Alright, we have finished doing with the getLinks function. Now what we will run this program to check what is the index that the program is returning. Right, we'll run it. So it's saying alright, we made a mistake here. It is list 2. Alright, because we're checking inside the list 2. Alright, so let me expand it. So see, this is our content, this is our index that the to crawl function is returning. Alright, because that's what we are doing at the end here. So we are calling the crawler function and we are passing the about us.php as the seed page. So this about us.php is passed as a seed page. So when we are passing the seed page, this crawler function is actually calling the get page function. So this get page function, what it is doing, get page function is checking against the URL. So if URL is equals to about us.php that we have passed seed page, then it's gonna return all the content inside this about us.php. So when it has returned that content, we are making use of this add page to index function to add that page to the index. So it has added the page to the index. All right, and that is what is reflecting inside this index. All right, so after collecting the content, it has made an index, and this is what is the index. All right, so after getting the index, it has also made a list which get all the links inside this content that we have passed as the seed page. So it has got also the contents, and it has also collected all the links from those future content also, and has appended into the index. And this is our final index. All right, it contains all the links, it contains all the words corresponding to the URL. So if you have forgotten, then let me tell you this index. What is the structure of this index? The structure of this index is like this. So I've already told you, I'm not going to write it again. Structure of the index is like this: the word and its corresponding URL. Let me explain you how it is like that. So it is like this. So like the word is info, all right, and that word info is present in this URL. It is only present in this URL. So this is the entire list. So this first bracket says that this is a list, and that list contains a list itself. That list contains a list itself, which contains the word as the first element of the list, and its corresponding URL as the second element of the list. All right, like the word this is present in this URL. Like any word which is present in more than one URL, like the word com. Word com is present in about us.php and contact us.php. All right, so this is the structure of the index. So I hope you have got this you've understood this tutorial, and if you've not understood anything, you can just comment that in YouTube and I will reply that to you. All right, so thanks for watching.